Hello, lovely people of YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I get myself and my fridge behind me here. You'll be able to see it. The DJI Osmo's following me again. But we're back with another video. I've got all my stuff set up for meal number one here. I'm going to show you this and then we can crack on. So the video is going to be a lovely lower session today. A lower at JP's. It's a good session. I have single leg press and the leg press as my main movements. The session will go, actually I can't tell you off the top of my head because I've changed a few things recently. We've got leg extensions, hamstring curls, adductors, calf raises, ab crunch, single leg press, 45-degree leg press, forearm curls, and I think that's it, but it'll be a different order than that. So you'll see at the time. But as I say, I'm going to talk you through meal number one for anyone that missed the video. If you want to see a full day of eating and you've not watched it, then watch the previous video. That covers everything that I eat in a day, my day in the life, my routine, and everything from there. Right now, you can't see that I've got a client's training clip on it, but it's 7:45 a.m. I've been up for 2 hours now, so 2 hours after I wake up, I usually have my first meal, give my stomach some time to kind of settle and get ready for that first meal. But in here, 75 grams of Rice Krispies and 250 mils of semi-skim milk will go in there, 15 grams of dark chocolate, and a banana. Protein source for the meal is 40 grams of whey with 250 mils of water. Thankfully, I've got Isopro, which mixes really well. If I were to do 250 mils of water and 40 grams of normal whey, it'd be like horribly thick and like super milkshakey, which I don't like. I want to make it as easy to drink as possible because I've mentioned it plenty of times, my appetite isn't great. So if you want to get yourself some Isopro, if you want to get a beautiful shaker, I'm going to cover my face so the DJI Osmo doesn't know what to do. Pit Stop Nutrition, you can't really tell. Can't really see that because half of it's full and a bit dark, but Pit Stop Nutrition, code Josh10. You can get your supplements there, all of these bad boys. I've got all these with me just now as well. So my vitamin C, my D3 plus K2, multivitamins, and my omega-3s. I will take that along with my first meal. Got both of them in here. But yeah, I'll take you through a full session, maybe some of my meals, just to have some fun. And welcome to the video. Let's do it. We're on our way to the gym. A lot later than expected, actually. I just had more shit to do than I expected as well. Some sort of like unplanned stuff, just to help with stuff around the house, and I had to take a car down for its MOT and stuff and just do different shit outside of coaching. So I am behind. However, who cares? I'll still be able to get my meals in on time. I've got the majority of my work done. All it means is I don't get as much chill time tonight, which isn't the end of the world. So yeah, ready to crack on. I also put a story box on a question box on my story, sorry, like 2 weeks ago, asking for some like quick Q&A questions that I'm going to do alongside like my full day of eating, and I entirely forgot to do the Q&A with that full day of eating. It's quite a long video anyway, and I feel like training ones are always quite short, and people ask me like, make it 25 to 25 minutes, because that's how long they'll sit down and they'll eat their meal for. It's like an episode or something. Or for their cardio, if they get 20 to 25 minutes, it means like boom, you can sit and watch this during your cardio. So if you're doing your cardio right now, hopefully you're enjoying it. But I'm going to go into some of the questions from the Q&A. The first one was asking how much do genetics play a role in your volume and how much you can recover from it. I'll see if I can put the questions somewhere on screen as I say them. But yeah, it plays quite a large role. Like your recovery capabilities in terms of what you actually do to improve them, that's in your control. Your sleep, your steps, your expenditure, your stress, time management obviously plays a big role into this, but actually prioritizing your sleep, making sure your sleep hygiene and routine is really good, that you're getting your 8 to 9 hours per night. You can look at stuff like sleep supplements, dream sleep, night, unwind. You can look at Naze stuff. So we're actually sponsored by Naze Natural Physique Coaching, and they provide like nasal strips, mouth tape, blue light blockers. I would highly recommend getting shit like that if you are struggling to recover. Like really prioritize your sleep as much as possible. Make sure that you're actually giving yourself time to wind down, that you're not stressing yourself out. All these different things to actually improve recovery. Stay on top of your cardio, on top of your steps, not ripping the piss with them and doing way too much. If you're doing way too many steps, you're going to curb your recovery. But if you're not doing any at all, your resting heart rate's horrendous, you're completely unfit. Like that plays a big role too. So make sure you're actually recovering well. Like that's obviously the first part of it, because I think some people, I'm not saying all people, and even the person that asked this question, I can't entirely remember who, I'm not saying that they're not prioritising the recovery, but to get onto the question, like how much do genetics play a role, I do think they play quite a big role, just as they do in anything. Like let's take a situation, for example. I remember Jake Byers, if you're watching this, shout out Jake. He was over in Glasgow training with us, and I think it was maybe at like one of the show weekends or something, I'm not entirely sure. He was over and he deadlifted on the first day that he was here. I deadlifted on the first day that he was here as well. So both deadlifted, and then the next day he had a dumbbell RDL. If I tried to do a dumbbell RDL that next day, I would have been absolutely fucked. And it's not as if Jake was weak at hinging. It's not because he wasn't pulling much weight. He was actually pulling more than me. He was pulling like 240, 250 kg, and he was sound, recovered, and good to go the next day. He'd not really done anything different to what I'd done in that 24-hour period between training the next day. But he was able to go again with some dumbbell RDLs. And then I also remember doing those RDLs, and then the next day some of the other boys were hinging, and he was like, fuck it, I might join them and just do it. Like 3 days in a row of hinging. That's fucking ungodly. That's wild. And I had no chance of doing that. I've got no chance of doing that. My deadlifts do me in. Certain things do me in. You can only, handle and recover what you yourself can recover from. And again, everyone's recovery capabilities are different. So that's why it is impossible for me to say, yeah, this is the perfect amount of volume for everyone. When people say, like, how much volume should I do? Figure it out. Trial and error. Like actually run a certain amount of volume. Okay, I feel good. I'm entirely recovered and I feel like I can push for a little bit more. Do it. Do it until you start to get signs where you're sore a little bit more frequently. And it does not just need to be DOMs. You don't need to wait until you get DOMs to know that you're running too much volume. It could be the fact that you're not able to progress the lift at all the next week because you just still feel a bit battered from it. Your overall signs of fatigue in terms of your sleep, your energy, your moods, your libido, all these different things start to take a hit. So yeah, I think it plays a big role. There's that question. Next one, someone was asking if they should put rear delt flies at the start of their pull session if they want to bring them up if they're a weakness. I would say yes, but you could also even put them at the start of different sessions because it's like putting biceps at the start of a pull session. It is still somewhat going to impact the rest of the pulling work. It's going to make you weaker when you're doing your pull downs, when you're doing your rows especially. Rows can be quite rear delt heavy, and if your rear delts are already pretty mashed in, you may struggle on your rowing movements. So you could put rear delts. What I tend to do for a good few of my clients is just put rear delts at the start of like their leg session. So let's say they run the split that I really like to run for most people who don't have like massive strengths or weaknesses and can train 5 times a week, for example. Legs, push, pull, rest, lower, upper, rest. Putting rear delts at the start of legs and lower. You could do that easily. So that's how I would look to run that, and you can put it at the start of any session. But yeah, if you want to prioritise a muscle group, don't be afraid to just pop that at the start of the session. It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna massively take away from your rowing and your pulling movements. Again, trial and error. Some people will be able to get away with it fine. Some people, if they connect really well with their rear delts, and they struggle from a recovery standpoint, may not be able to get away from it. So away with it. So that covers that. So someone has asked. Sorry that I don't have the names up. I looked at these earlier. Someone's asked. The best way to tackle drinking, social drinking, going out, having a bit of a life, as some people would say, I still want to live my life on a cup. How would you go out and have these social occasions and drink and do all this different stuff? Simply being sensible. That's my opinion. That's my absolute prick next to me is not letting me in. Not very nice. There's a kind gentleman letting me in. What a guy. But no, it's simply not ripping the piss. When you go out, don't get fucking bloated, blackout drunk, and you're done for the rest of the weekend. If you go out for social drinking, which is just going out for a few drinks to, actually enjoy the occasion a little bit more and not just get absolutely rat-arsed, then you don't need to be drinking a crazy amount, feeling like shit the next day, ruining your whole weekend. The only part that should impact is that night. The next day you want to be good to go, good to train. So you want to make sure that you're hydrating yourself beforehand and afterwards. So before you go out to drink, get a hydration product down you. Drink a lot of water. Drink more water than you usually would for that day. While you're out, not even hydrating before and after, but during as well. While you're out, again, if it's a nice relaxed kind of situation in place, you get a couple glasses of water, like throughout the time that you're there. After every drink or two, just ask, can I have a glass of water as well, please? Hydrate yourself. The big part of a hangover and feeling like shit comes from dehydration. Alcohol dehydrates you massively. So yeah, looking at hydrating yourself before, during, and when you come in, even if you are quite drunk and you're just fucking tired and you want to go to bed, get water down you, get a hydration product down you, and get some vitamin C down you as well. So vitamin C, going to kind of boost the immune system. It's going to make you pee a little bit more as well. And again, if you're replenishing that dehydration with more water, you're having your vitamin C, it means you're going to pee a little bit more, and it stops you from getting dehydrated because you're actually replacing that alcohol with more water in your system. So hydration is pretty much the biggest thing there, and again, it's maybe not the biggest thing. Not ripping the cunt is the biggest thing. Going out and actually sticking to social drinking and not, I'm just going to get blackout drunk for the sake of it. And trying to kind of pick and choose when you actually do go and drink. Does it need to be every single weekend? No, it doesn't. Like if a couple of your mates are just going out randomly, you don't need to go out every single time. If it's your mate's 21st birthday, he's one of your best pals, and you want to be there and you want to have a few drinks with him, absolutely go for it, but just pick and choose. Like you don't need to drink at every single thing you go to. I went to a lot of 21st birthday parties last year, and didn't really drink at any of them. I brought my meals with me, but I still had a nice time. I still sat with my mates, we had a good giggle, but I didn't feel the need to drink at any any of them. So yeah, that's how to handle drinking. Hydrate yourself. Don't let it fuck the rest of the weekend. Get up, get out for some fresh air, hydrate yourself the morning after, and get about your day. The only part that should impact is that night, not that whole weekend, and it shouldn't interrupt your rhythm as a whole. Someone's asked, high volume, low frequency versus low volume, high frequency. High volume, high frequency. There was lots in there, but I'll look at it as an angle of high volume with low frequency or low volume with high frequency. I would bias, I've even confused myself here. I would bias doing it more often and with less volume. So high frequency, low volume. Jeez, oh. So yeah, making sure that you're training pretty much each muscle group twice per week. High volume, like in the session itself, you do get to a point where it feels like shit. Like if you're doing 3 to 4 to maybe even 5 sets on certain movements, listen, I know people who actually do really enjoy that and who get ridiculous results from it, but for the majority of the population who don't have bonkers recovery capabilities and aren't absolute freaks of nature, you're going to gas out quite quickly. If you're doing a hack squat and you try to do 3 to 4 to 5 sets on it, after set 2, in my opinion, you're going to get very, very little out of it. Like, focusing on quality instead of quantity. And that goes for, again, most things in life. Like, you'd rather do it well than just do it and do it loads. Make sure that the quality is high. And again, if you're really accurate with your training, if you fucking push yourself and you get as much as you can from it, then you're not going to be able to handle high volume. So I think quality over quantity. And it's not low volume in the sense if you only do one set and everything, 2 to 3 working sets for the most part. I would usually say 2 working sets for most movements, and then if you've got weaker body parts, you can put 3 sets onto those movements, and you can also go higher frequency on those movements. Instead of increasing volume, I would usually look to increase frequency if I'm trying to bring up a body part, for one of my clients or for myself. And then I would also look at accuracy, execution, and actual strength. A lot of the time you'll see people, if they've got really good quads, they're super strong, but then they've got a shit chest, they're very weak on their pressing. That doesn't mean you add in more pressing volume, because at that point it's going to just take away your ability to get even stronger. Keep the volume at a similar-ish range, maybe increase the frequency a little bit if you're not already, say, doing it twice per week. You could maybe fit like a pec deck somewhere in as like a third type of chest movement throughout the week to bring the frequency up to 3 times. But again, it's focused on actually getting strong, executing that well, and making sure the frequency is where you want it to be. But yeah, you can do 3 sets on kind of body parts that are a little bit weaker. Let's say your arms are weaker, as an example. You can train them 3 times per week for sure, very easily. You can fit that into your program, and you can do it without struggling from a recovery standpoint as well. And again, making sure your arm work is very accurate, the exercise selection is on the money, and it is prioritized at the start of your sessions as well. But as a whole, if we're not talking about like bringing up body parts and this and that, I myself would prefer higher frequency, so 2 to 3 times per week with lower volume. Focus on quality over quantity. I remember who asked this, so it was Lewis. Shout out Lewis. What's the best SoundCloud edit? I don't know. Right now, there's a good few contending. One called Choose Your Fighter. I'll screenshot these and see if I can get Brandon to put them up on screen. Very aggressive, that one. It's just, it makes me want to kill somebody before going into a set. So there's Choose Your Fighter, Ultimate Perfection. There's a good few like Trained by a JP ones that I like. There's the GOAT, the Irresponsibles one. What was it he says in it? He said, "If I don't do this, I'm just a fucking cunt. I'm just a cunt." And he's going off his nut himself. So that's a really good one. There's like a good few like M83 outro ones and stuff, and a few good David Goggins ones. So I'll go onto my SoundClouds and I'll screenshot some of my favourites, and I'll see if Brandon can pop them up. I do like some good anime ones. It depends. Like you need to have actually watched the anime. Erwin's speech from Attack on Titan. My soldier's rage. Going off his nut at that part. That's really good. Can't be with some cringy ass hardstyle though. Like that takes away from it. It needs to be like some good music or like a bit more, still like a doomph doomph doomph, but not like kind of Ziz hardstyle type of stuff, because that cringes me out nowadays. That used to be my shit maybe like 5 years ago, but I don't know, I can't do it anymore. It cringes me out a little bit. So yeah, some anime edits. What's the guy that makes them? Prince Vegeta, obviously from it's not the Prince Vegeta. But like it always says, like edited by Prince Vegeta or something at the start, and he's got a good few of them. So there's an in-depth answer as to what to look for in SoundCloud. I'll see if I can pop my playlist up as well. I'll take a wee screenshot. That's just like, that's your kind of Jordan Peters, Dorian Yates, David Goggins, Tom Platz, Rich Piana. There's maybe like 20 songs or kind of sounds. I don't know what you'd call them, audios. Some of them aren't technically songs, it's just like speeches. I'll see if I can pop that up on there, and you should be able to search that up and find it. So there's your answer to the best SoundCloud music. Right, I have arrived in GP's, John Bork's gym, and went to record my first exercise. Couldn't see my tripod. Oh, I was deadlifting on Wednesday, 2 days ago. So yeah, I deadlifted on Wednesday. I accidentally left this here because I was letting Chrissy and Jake use some of my stuff. I've came back, went into the posing room to find it. It's here, but broken. How somebody's done this, because it's like a clean fucking cut. How somebody's done it, and the reason I can tell it's my tripod is because there's green shit on it. That's my grip jizz. I need to show you the grip jizz. This weird fucking green alien looking jizz that's chalk. But somebody's fully snapped the tripod. Like, how have you done that? You got like stomped on it or thrown it or something. So I'm a tripod down, but I've got the extra wee bit, and I'll see if I can just glue it together. Do some DIY. But yeah, I done my ab crunch already, but I just didn't film it because there was somebody else working in with me and my tripod was broken. So I'm already ab crunches finished, and now on to some calf raises. Straight-legged calf raise, I would always choose a straight-legged calf raise over a seated kind of bent knee calf raise, and then I'll flex knee, a straight leg one. Because it's going to actually train the calves like where you want to see them grow a little bit better. You're not just going to be training the soleus, which you'll mainly be doing in a seated calf raise or something again with the knee flexion. So yeah, going in here 2 sets, pretty much 2 sets across the board. I think I've got 1 set in the leg press, but everything else is just 2 sets. So yeah, let's do it. Oh. Also guys, look how mega my logbook is. Fucking great logbook this. Yeah. We've got a big fat bit here, a wee bit here, and then nada here, which is great. So I'm long overdue a new logbook, but I also still have plenty of this one left, and it's already got since what, August 2025. So I kind of want to see it out, but I'm also writing with, let me see if I can find is the pencil in here? Now let me show you the pencil that I'm using. Yeah, go for it. Here's the pencil that I'm using, which is great. So it's not only a ball ache to write in it because it's falling apart, but because my pencil is about, what would you say that is, like 6 or 7 inches, something like that. So yeah, that's brilliant. But no, on to adductors. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Oh. You're right. Come on. Oh. Let's go. Come on, you're right. Come on. Oh. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. You're right. Oh. Let's go. Show me one. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Short. And again, that one was not your last. Let's go. Yeah. You're in. Short now. Yeah.
Oh, this is it, Josh.
Come on. Come on, you're right. Let's go. Push. Come on, one more. Push.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Right, what's happening? Just to give a little update, I've got my pasta here. I've got my sourdough bread here. 90 grams of sourdough, 110 grams of raw weight pasta, 120 grams of chicken. There's supposed to be a broccoli mix in here, but decided to, I say decided not put it in, entirely forgot to put it in. And I also wanted to have some pineapple along with it, which I also forgot to put in, which is not great. However, when I go home for my next meal, I'll add a little bit of veg into that. Nothing crazy, but just to get that in, because I don't want to keep my veg intake the same on a daily basis. I'm hoping you can hear me, there's fucking screaming music in the background. But a very good leg session nonetheless. First time on the, I don't even know what it's called, the glute builder leg press, I think it was. Doing a single leg on there because the Atlantis one's just way too light. I get like 725 a side on it, and it's just getting very frustrating to have to put all the plates on, all the plates off. And it just gets to the point where like that's more fatiguing than the actual movement. So this I had 55 kg per side, and that was for 6 reps, and 50 kg per side for 9 reps. There's a big drop off there. That feels a lot easier, the 50 compared to the 55. That's usually not quite a big like drop, but felt a lot easier. So that was nice. Like a 3-hour long leg session. It's took it out of me. It's 20 to 7 just now. I need to eat this meal. I'm going to jump on the treadmill and just work for an hour or two, and rather just get the steps done just now, get the work done just now, so I can drive home. I've got like a 50-minute drive home from JP's, so I don't train here as much anymore because it's just way too long. But I'll have a 50-minute drive home. I'll go back by that time again. I'll be ready for my next meal at maybe 9:30 or so. Another bit of steps, chilling out a little bit, bed for 10:30. That means I can wake up tomorrow at 6:30 and get my 8 hours of sleep. So perfect. I say perfect, it's not, it's significantly behind, but it still works. So yeah, I think that'll wrap up the video, to be honest. I'll get munching into this. I'll have my rice pudding later on. Hopefully you did enjoy the leg session. I don't have like a physique update because honestly, again, it's 20 to 7. I don't want to do it around the posing. I just need to eat and get my shit done. But yeah, that wraps us up. Thank you for watching and tuning in for another video. Let me know if there's anything that you guys want to see. If there's any more in like the kind of coaching front that you want to see as well, because I know a few people gave some like good feedback to that, and I appreciate everyone watching, taking that in, and hopefully it really does help a good few of you guys. Those that are like really passionate about wanting to build their coaching, because sometimes you can have all the effort and everything, but you just need to be doing kind of the right stuff and be directed in the right way in a sense, because you can put lots of effort in, but if it's just going to nowhere, if you're not pinpoint accurate with it, then it's just going everywhere. It's not really targeting anything. So yeah, that's all. Enough yap and waffle. Please do like, subscribe, share in your stories. That's a big one for me, and again, it means a lot to me. Like, it's always really cool for me to see people sharing it in the stories. Turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.